But you. I can see your pixels in the reflection of your eyes. Sad.
Lindsay was on trial for killing her 3 children by strangulation. Has had supporters raised $1 million for supporting her family. Huh? What? What? I don't get it. I mean, is that real or is that like some psyop or some shit?
The system failed her. She was begging for help and no one was there. I don't know if us being here will make her feel any better, but I mean, she's living in hell right now.
Just wanted to support Lindsay and just say it could be, you know, one of my sister-in-laws, it could be one of my best friends, and it could be me. So just here to support.
We are hearing her. We see that she tried everything. And I really do believe that she went into a state of psychosis.
Clancy's supporters call her attorney Kevin Reddington a champion of women's rights. Is she
Women's rights?
aware of this support, and what does she think of this support?
I'm going to go in and see her right now. I'm sure that she is, and if she isn't, she will be.
What do you think about?
She's so beat up and just so sad. This will really help her out, I think.
Tell her we love her.
The crowd of about 200 to 300 people lined the road as Lindsay Clancy was brought into the courthouse.
I hope when this is all over that
I'm the biggest advocate for women's rights, right? But if that's the rights that these guys they want, then they should have no rights. I mean, I got it. No, but you see what I'm saying though? Like I'm not trying to word this poorly. Does that make sense?
She tried desperately to get help, and it wasn't there. Whether she's guilty, innocent, it doesn't really matter. 3 lives are gone. And so, just get to the truth. That's all.
Chat, I don't know what they're saying. Is that AI?
He tried. The medical
courthouse.
I hope when this is all over that the medical field gets, held responsible for some of this, because she tried. She tried desperately to get help, and it wasn't there.
Of a mother
whether
killing her
she's
kids during
guilty,
postpartum.
innocent.
But TikTok's top detectives have stepped up and decided the husband teleported home and killed them and framed the mom.
It doesn't really matter. 3 lives are gone.
Wait, postpartum, buddy. These are like fucking grown. Like what? Like these are, bro. What the fuck are we talking about here? Hello? Bro, they're not like just spawned in, as I'm saying. They're not spawned in. They don't look like they just fucking they're out of the box, dumbass. Anyway. This is too long. I'm not watching this.
You had the flight climb started, is that correct?
Correct.
And flight climb ended at 5:38, so
Yes.
that line again connecting them?
Correct. So 2 flight climbs occurred during that time period.
Expert testimony from court clarifying the timeline surrounding the killing of Lindsay and Patrick Clancy's 3 children, and the evidence may shock a lot of people watching this trial. This evidence shows that Lindsay was still walking around the house when Patrick was caught on video at CVS. Despite the fact that both the prosecution and defense agree Lindsay killed her children, there are a lot of people following this trial who believe Patrick did it, not Lindsay.
What?
But will this evidence convince the skeptics that Patrick didn't do it? Meanwhile, Lindsay's defense attorney, Kevin Red.
Okay, chat. I'm about to say some the wildest shit. Hold on now. Even though I will agree that right-wingers are more prone to conspiracy, right? Far left Andes, when they buy into a conspiracy, are 10 million times worse. I said it. More at a lower degree, less at a way more severe degree, and it's complete rot.
Reddington focused
I said
on
it.
the Apple Watch.
True.
The watch could have been put down, battery died, whatever those issues could be, and the person would still be going down the stairs, going up the stairs, going in the backyard, doing push-ups, whatever. You just don't know, right?
Supporters.
It's
You
the
will
trial
never
the nation is
understand what
watching.
it's like to live the life of a woman. She did nothing wrong. # women's rights.
And today, another big day
Made
inside the
court.
courtroom.
That's mate.
Everyone is now talking about this case, the case of Lindsay Clancy, claiming that she was mentally ill when she killed her 3 children. But people aren't talking about her. They're talking about Patrick. A lot of people believing that Patrick did it. Well, there was huge evidence today which disproves that theory. I'm Vinnie Politan. Let's investigate.
Yeah, but was she just nuts? Like, I don't get it. Like, were there no signs?
Trial is messaging about day in and day out.
Chat, is there like not a recap video, 2 recap, but like at least some like I want to know at least the you know what I mean? Like kind of give me a summary of what? Well, because there's too many
in the dugout of my baseball game. The children are
taking the phrase
did Lindsay say
to a
anything to
whole
you?
new level, Monka.
Nothing specific that I can recall, other than maybe goodbye.
Do you recall something about discussing something about CVS with her?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did she say about CVS?
She wanted me to pick up some stool softener for Cora.
And she hadn't mentioned that earlier in the text, correct?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So as you're leaving, she asked you to make a second or another stop while you're out. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in response to that request, did you ask her to do something?
I don't remember. Yeah, I told her to text it to me, which she did.
I'm sorry. So that refreshed your memory and
Yep.
asked her to text it to you?
Yep.
And did she do so?
Well, objection leading, but it's all good.
And was that at approximately 5:15 p.m. that she texted PDLX?
Sounds correct.
So your 2 stops then that night were going to be CVS and the 3V restaurant, correct?
Yes.
Where did you go first?
CVS.
So it's a pretty direct route from your house to CVS?
Yeah.
And that's the CVS you went to that night?
Yes.
Well,
about how long did it take you to get there?
3 minutes.
I'm going to ask you to look at the video here.
Yeah, it's a CVS.
Is that you entering the store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a CVS to me, yeah. Maybe even a Walgreens, low-key.
And that section you head to on the right, is that the pediatric medication section?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how could he have done it?
You can hold it there for 1 second. As you look at this video, if you look in the bottom corner, bottom left-hand corner,
that's
there's
me.
a timestamp there. Now, not all timestamps are accurate, right? This timestamp is, what, 5:33, I believe, if I can see it. But it's clearly, okay, so there's a timestamp of when he's at CVS.
Right.
And putting together a timeline, timestamps are important. Let's continue.
62 months.
And while you're
of
in that
puciness.
section, looking for the medication, do you do something?
I called Lindsay
And why did you call Lindsay?
because what we were looking for wasn't there. The shelves were pretty empty. It was still during COVID.
It was, I'm sorry, what?
It was during COVID.
It was during COVID?
Okay, so, and was that call at about approximately 5:33 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did she answer the
Obviously,
call?
he teleported in the
She
house
entered
and
when you
did it.
called
He's
her?
Guilty. # women's rights.
Actually, I think she didn't at first. She called.
Wait,
Called her. And then, did she answer the call?
Yes.
She entered when you called her?
Actually, I think she didn't at first. She called back.
Okay. And did you receive a call back from her about a minute later at 5:34 p.m.?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And can you describe that phone call for us?
It was very brief. I just said, I think there was a generic brand, and I said, is this one okay? And she said, yeah, that's fine.
And
Okay, so she
what
paid
was her
him?
demeanor during the call?
Rights.
She was pretty quiet. It sounded like she was busy. I remember hanging up thinking she's probably in the middle of giving baths or something.
Chat. even the plea that she had psychosis or whatever. I mean, it's organized enough and planned enough for him to orchestrate all this. You need to have some form of understanding of what's going on to set this up in the first place.
Like that.
So it sounded to you like she was in the middle of something?
Yeah.
Were you able to understand her when she spoke to you?
Yeah.
And did she seem to understand what you were saying?
Yes.
And she didn't seem to have any trouble recalling why you were at CVS.
Geminis don't kill, and Leos are the most passive people ever. Final verdict, husband guilty.
What you were looking for?
That's correct.
Okay. Two important things. The timing and what's happening. He's at CVS. He's making a phone call to her. People who are pointing the finger at Patrick Clancy say, no, those phone calls never happened.
Who's pointing the finger? It's schizo, Shirley.
Because he had already taken care of Lindsay and the kids.
Look up.
Lindsay's already outside.
Now debunk
on the ground, paralyzed. The calls were never made. He was calling from the Apple Watch to make it look like he was calling Lindsay.
FYI, yes, she
That's what people are saying.
so much that she told her mom she had thoughts of harming her kids.
Let's take a listen now to Massachusetts State Police Andrew Ciaccio, who's going to talk here about the timing, right? You want to verify the time that he's at CVS. Let's watch.
Why were you asked to go to the CVS in Kingston?
To obtain surveillance video.
Did you notice any discrepancies in the timestamps?
Chat.
I did not.
Chat. Honestly, I'm not even gonna laugh, chat. I'm not gonna laugh, guys. It's just kind of sad. Chat. It's so bald, you can barely tell where the hair even was.
And after viewing the video surveillance there at CVS, were you able to see Patrick Clancy in the store at CVS?
Yes.
And fair to say you were able to track that he arrived at 17:32:32 and exited the store at 17:37:08?
Yes.
Okay. Verify the timestamp. Verify the video. All of that is evidence in the case. Patrick Clancy is at the CVS at that time. Patrick Clancy says he speaks with Lindsay Clancy. Is that even possible? What does Lindsay Clancy's phone say? What evidence do we have from her phone that day? Ian Whiffen, the big witness today from Cellbrite expert, testified about what he extracted from Lindsay Clancy's phone. Take a listen.
And then did you create a timeline combining all the data that we've talked about into one timeline?
I did, yes.
What's this stupid ass sound anyway? Stupid fucking mics.
I'm going to the last page of your report, page 40.
I swear, chat, guys, why don't they open up the funding to the public and say, the courts need better equipment for recording. Please, public, fund us. I'll fund the entirety of the country. Every courthouse in the fucking all of the I'll fund all of it, because it's probably gonna be $200. These mics, a good mic cost like fucking $3.50. What the fuck is this piece of shit? It sounds like it's making, bro, it looks like a ham raid from the World War.
The last page of the timeline?
It is, yes.
And in that page, can you explain what we're seeing here?
Yeah, so the very first column is the timestamp. The next few columns, which show typically coloured, is related to the activity, which will become a little bit clearer in a moment. The column in the centre explains what the record is. So if, for example, we look at the 17:13:16 record, we can see a U, which means the device was unlocked in pink. That unlock event lasted until 17:15:12. So hence that entire column.
I get it. So the call's real. I get it.
Any activity that happened during that unlock time is then shown within the rows between.
I get it.
We see climbed up those stairs. So even though it says flight climb started, that's technically.
Okay, Jack, I just want to know about the mechanics. You see, Lindsay. This is 8 minutes. This explains all of it. Yeah, but that looks kind of scuffed.
Your react.
Chat. I just want like some. No, this one is even longer.
Here's the danger. This is why we even bring up these stupid theories and these. Don't pay any attention to these people who are. Forensic astrology chart. Oh my God. Why didn't you?
Forensic astrology? Oh my God. Chat. Humanity's gone too far. Chat. The human has, unfortunately, developed too much. We're starting to go backwards. I mean, no, this guy's not that lawyer. This guy is the one who reviewed.
Go to the DA's office
the rap
and present
lyrics
and see
and
what they think. I mean, it's just irresponsible.
He got like
destroying a man who or trying to destroy a man who has not been found guilty.
I'm all for women's rights, okay? But I hate when they do this thing where it has to be, against the guy. What about men's rights, though? If the woman's rights is for her to do all that to her children and to friend and make the guy a bad guy, that goes against men's rights. Why can't we have both rights?
Guilty of anything, who's not ever even been accused of anything, who's never been charged with a crime, who came home to find his 3 slaughtered children and his wife, almost dead at her own hand. When you're dealing with mental illness on a case like this, you really, really need to have a jury that is going to listen to the evidence and be dispassionate. It seems like they do have at least the underpinnings of a decent defense of, mental health.
Why is it not that she explains the basics of it? Am I asking for too much?
She can go home. She just doesn't go to prison.
What the fuck? What am I watching?
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your board-certified criminal defense lawyer, and it's almost August 16th. By the time this airs, it'll be August 16th or past it anyway. And we're reacting today, and so that's why I have the what do I have on? Got my Elvis cufflinks on today in honor of the memory of. So let's get into this a little bit.
Give me like a small recap so I know. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my mind. Right.
So Lindsay Clancy is a former labor and delivery nurse from Massachusetts. So she's smart, and she has compassion, and she has compassion.
Hold on.
Massachusetts. So she's smart. And she has compassion, and she has compassion for children, because you don't go into that field unless you have a passion for that population. Just like cancer doctors. Fuck, I couldn't be a cancer doctor. She's currently on trial for murdering her 3 young children, strangled them by using an exercise band. One of the things you think about when you think about this, the other 2 had to be watching. Mommy, don't, mommy, she's turning blue. Who knows what the screens were like for these children. So Lindsay wasn't alone though. She had a husband, and Patrick went to CVS and a restaurant to get some food. The 3 kids were killed while he was gone. While at CVS, he called Lindsay, who didn't answer the phone. After the murder, she called him back and had a normal conversation. After she hung up, she tried to kill herself.
You see,
she survived, slitting her wrist.
You keep thinking this. This one's short, but why does this guy react so big? Like, what? Why is this guy? It's half the screen.
And jumping out of a 2nd-story window at her home, landing on her head. That's why she's in a wheelchair now. Unbelievable. So let's just take a quick peek at a video. And this talks about
on her head?
Mental health and how it relates to this case.
The evidence it's horrible. In January of 2023, Lindsay Clancy, a labor and delivery nurse at Mass General Hospital, strangled all 3 of her children in the basement of their home in Duxbury, cut her wrists and her neck, and jumped out a 2nd-story window in an attempted suicide. She survived, and here we are 3.5 years later, and she's about to stand trial. Lindsay Clancy's lawyer will be arguing insanity. She's not contesting that she killed her children, but what she's saying is that she was suffering from a severe postpartum psychiatric condition. Her lawyer will be focusing on the treatment or lack of treatment that she received despite.
So everything leading up to this is going to be fair game for the defense to present. Now, what does the state do with this case?
Files malpractice against her medical providers. Huh?
They just slop it in and say, I don't think that she has any business claiming mental health. I mean, she talked to her husband just before, and she had a total normal tone in her voice, and whatever. They're going to try to bat that away, and they'll do that with experts too.
Despite desperate efforts to get help, the prosecution has the burden in this case to prove that she was not suffering from mental illness, or if she was, that it didn't make her incapable of knowing what was, wrong. What jurors are going to be.
So when you have an affirmative defense, it's up to the defense to present some evidence. But then the burden shifts back to the state, and the state has to prove, the prosecution has to prove that, whatever for example, in self-defense. So if I am trying a case for self-defense and
I know how this works. This is very,
similar. There wasn't laboring under a mental illness, essentially. And I think that's going to be difficult in this case because you want to kill your kids and kill yourself. And if you have a long history of mental illness, like I was saying, I just tried one of these, and it wasn't even a close call, but you don't walk free. You are deemed mentally ill and dangerous. And then unless and until they can deem that you're not really a threat anymore. But I mean, she tried to kill herself. She is not happy. I mean, my heart goes out to this whole family and to Miss Clancy and to the children and the grandparents and to her husband. There's all this, baloney going on about did he actually kill these kids? I haven't seen anything to support that. A lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of BS, but let's continue.
What you asked to do is, can you follow the law if in fact you find that she was suffering from a mental illness? And
so one of the things you don't want knee-jerk jurors. This case is a loss in jury selection, to be honest with you. You want somebody to listen to all the evidence, follow the law without passion, without fear or favor. And, these are skilled lawyers who are going to try to make sure that she gets a fair trial.
And wasn't capable of...
Chat, I have a problem, chat, with how juries work. Chat, I remember, chat, doing the OJ thing, chat, and I remember... all but one jurors were all whatever, right? It was all like not guilty or whatever. And then this one person was like on the other side, and then they talked more and then he flipped. I think that's bullshit. If after watching everything, if somebody's gut feeling after watching the whole thing, he's a juror, he's capable. Whatever idea he has at the end should be permanent. Yeah, that's it. Boom.
Resisting these voices, these hallucinations, telling her to kill the children. If they find that's the case, will they in fact be able to find her not guilty by reason of insanity, or what under the law they call lack of criminal responsibility?
We don't call it insanity anymore.
Yeah, true.
It's not guilty by reason of mental illness. And what does that do? It just avoids criminal responsibility. It does not take away the civil part of this, where she'll have to be civilly committed.
Lawyers say that jurors are reluctant to acquit based on insanity because some jurors, they could have this feeling that, well, we're letting someone off the hook for something terrible. It's going to be...
On that note, there's in every criminal case, there's three parties. There is the perpetrator, there's the rescuer, and then there's the victim. Okay, so you have the perpetrator, the rescuer, and the victim in every criminal case. The rescuer is always the jury. And when you think about it, think about sitting in the jury box, and the judge tells you what the facts of this case are. You get some preliminary, and you look at the person over there. Now, if it's a criminal sexual conduct case, you're picturing that person fucking somebody, right? Or if it's a murder case, typically, unless it's dealing with children, you're like, okay, I want to hear what this case is all about. You don't...
Did he say...
have the same stigma that you do in some other types of case, unless you're dealing with children. When you're dealing with children, you have a different yuck factor that, who wants to let somebody go? I mean, so that you really have to be skilled at jury selection in this case.
It'd be important for both sides to pick a jury that can be impartial and fair and listen to what is pretty horrible evidence and render a fair verdict. They expect the trial to last about 6 to 8 weeks.
So the reason the case is going to take so long is because it's a triple homicide. You're going to have medical records, and you're going to have a medical examiner and 3 autopsies.
Yeah, I think this whole thing's going to be awful. It's going to be a bunch of experts and counter experts, whatever, and it's going to be
loads of photographs,
a bunch of meta talking about the basic science of what they do.
Testimony about literature. Literatures are like strangulation, and they have to prove the cause of death. Nothing's going to be stipulated to.
Astrology.
I mean, it's going to be
I've seen enough of this. I understand it now. It makes sense.
Did Patrick Clancy do it? I've compiled a list of all the evidence the internet sleuths have gathered. It's actually some pretty compelling evidence, honestly. Let's get started. Patrick Clancy's timeline. I'll put it right behind me. 5:15, he leaves his house. At 5:32, he arrives at CVS. Between 5:33 and 5:34, a 14-second phone call with Lindsay regarding what medication to pick up for their child. At 5:37, he leaves CVS. At 5:54, he arrives to pick up dinner at 3V. And Patrick arrives home and finds Lindsay at 6:09 p.m. Things about this timeline. You look behind me, those are his shoes in CVS. and those are the shoes he arrives with to pick up dinner. So at some point, it appears that Patrick changed shoes.
Chat, it appears to who? To normal humans or to fucking dumbasses? What? Buddy, buddy, like, what?
From sneakers to boots. We have to ask ourselves.
Now show the next frame. Now show the next frame. Like, this is the frame, it probably looks the most white. This is the frame, it probably looks the most gray because of the fucking shadow and the angle.
Why would he be changing his shoes? Honestly, I can't come up with a good answer unless these photos just look like different shoes and they're actually the same. Then we also have to address the phone call to Lindsay. Lindsay had to have been in the middle of the act when Patrick called because it was already 5:34. So she stopped what she was doing, answered the phone call, answered Patrick, and then continued on. We also have to think about how much time Lindsay actually had to complete this. She had about 45 minutes. So in 45 minutes, she did that to all three children. She crushed up all those pills. She put them in a drink. She took the drink. She slit her throat. She slit her wrist. Then she pushed the bed up against the wall and jumped out the window. She also answered a phone call during that time. A lot of people are speculating that Patrick took Lindsay's Apple Watch with him and actually answered that phone call himself. Alibi for him. Another thing people are saying, before Patrick even went to the store, Lindsay had called CVS and asked if they carried a certain laxative that he was picking up for the kids, and they said they did, and Lindsay had texted him a picture of the laxative. So a lot of people are saying there was no reason for Patrick to even be calling Lindsay about that. That part is all alleged. Lindsay wasn't able to verify that. Another thing, Lindsay changed her medical proxy from Patrick to her parents, and her reason was that her parents were supportive. So that's kind of inferring that Patrick was not. Like, what changed that made her want to change it from Patrick to her parents? We don't know. Biggest thing of all, the police never investigated him. I'm not sure why they didn't. I mean, I don't feel like it was open and shut. I feel like he should have at least been looked into. He wasn't looked into. Big one is that Lindsay was unconscious when the police arrived. Now, Patrick claims, and this was her confession, and why they never even looked into Patrick, that she was conscious when he got home. She confessed to what she did. But when the police arrived, she was unconscious, and a lot of people are saying that she would have never been conscious when Patrick.
She keeps saying the people are saying this, using the bullshit Twitter excuse of fans are saying that this streamer is a fucking scamming piece of shit moron. Fans are alarmed that this person is a fucking bitch ass racist scammer. People have been saying this. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Got there. Huge thing. Her body temperature was at 82 degrees Fahrenheit. In order for a body temperature normally to drop that low, it would take something like 14 hours. However, since she lost a ton of blood, the quickest it could have possibly dropped that low was an hour and a half. She had about 20 minutes to have her body temperature drop that low. A lot of people are saying that's just simply not possible. She had to be sitting out there a lot longer. So Lindsay's thyroid was crushed, but she did not have any facial injuries whatsoever. So people are questioning, how did her thyroid get crushed? And then there's the obvious.
What? Oh, yo, I can't. Chat, are the people in the room? I mean, they have to be in the room right now. All the flock cameras should be able to track him. That's what they're for. What? Dude, I don't think these people understand it. They don't give a shit about doing all this because they have. Well, what do you mean not wrong, bro? If it's clear where the person is at, if it's clear, what, from 3 years ago? What do you mean? Oh yeah. I mean, the case from 2 years ago. Yeah.
Started dating his new wife only 4 months after this happened, which honestly, I'm not sure how he did that unless he was always cheating. How did you form a relationship so quickly after such a tragedy had happened?
Can you imagine calling your wife to ask questions about your own kids while she's on 13 different meds fighting for her life? What? What does that... 38,000 likes! 30... Wait, if the video has 340k likes, why did these dumbass ones have so many likes? She didn't count on her survival. Huh? Yeah, chat, what is happening? What are these replies? Seriously, Texas used that how many flood cameras to find a woman who allegedly had an abortion? We can't do this. Huh? Third comment. 1, 2. Hold on. Hold on. 3 children, 1 dead woman unconscious, and a man fully intact, and the police show up and they don't feel any need to investigate him?
To you, and now they are already married, not have any facial injuries whatsoever. So people are questioning, how did her thyroid get crushed? And then
no, what I want to see what you at the end.
Started dating his new wife only 4 months after this happened, which honestly, I'm not sure how he did that unless he was always cheating. How did you form a relationship so quickly after such a tragedy had happened to you? And now they are already married and expecting another child.
Okay, check this out. It's really crazy. Lindsay Clancy's birth chart.
Birth chart?
It's so crazy. No, I don't have the time of birth. So really, you can disregard the ascendant, descendant, IC, MC, vertex, and all the houses. I need the birth time.
Huh?
So like not all of these aspects are necessarily true, because all those points, we don't really know. I just put it at noon. But first of all, I need to show. Okay, so notice anything here? She's got a North Node Aquarius.
Notice anything? Brother. What the fuck?
South Node Leo. She's in her nodal return right now.
It's been a while, but I have to pop on here just to say that I've been following this Lindsay Clancy trial, especially as a mother of 2 who dealt with a lot of postpartum mental illness. And, just following all their birth charts and birthdays and zodiac signs. He did it.
No!
He did it. He's a Gemini man. His birthday is June 15th. I'm a Gemini woman. My birthday is June 14th. Let me give you another example of who a Gemini man is. Also birthday June 14th. Men and women are different. Keep that in mind. Please don't judge me. Donald Trump. Patrick did it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So if you're watching the Lindsay Clancy case, I've already gone over the forensic astrology charts that show that the perpetrator is...
Yo, chat, what are these women talking? Chat, these women in chat, they bring these charts. Chat, people make fun of bro science and mansplaining. I feel like I'm being... I can't find the word. I'm being retard-splained.
As a male, the perpetrator is having an affair, and that the victims, specifically Lindsay, was drugged during this.
What?
And I've also gone over with the theory and the lie detection.
I'm telling you all right now, when the South Node goes into Cancer in March of 2028, the South Node is going to transit over Patrick Clancy's moon in Cancer. He's going to be having eclipses over his name.
Oh my god, chat, I have to change that, chat. Yes, I feel like when she does that, chat, I feel like I'm being possessed. I think, chat, you know what I mean?
Fatal moon, which is home, family, emotions, his emotional life. And then it gets better. 2029, all the way into 2030, he is going to have eclipses over his Gemini placements. The South Node is going to move over his Sun, his Mercury retrograde, his Venus retrograde. It's about to get real interesting in the next, 3
Retrograde? Like, retrograde?
3 to 4 years for him.
Propulsion?
I can't wait for this man to be humbled and for karma to do its thing.
Like rocket science?
Okay, check this out.
But chat, why are they raising money for her though? I mean, can't she afford her own lawyers? I mean, I thought they had money and shit. Her house looked kind of decent, no?
Put that on put that on Allah. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. Say you swear to God that just happened. I just... No way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Say you swear to God. Say you swear to God. Put that on... Say put that on Allah. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. Say you swear to God that just happened. I just...
Jesus. All right. Well. Chat, I noticed that in a lot of these cases, chat, I swear I don't mean, hold on, don't twist my words. I noticed something. In a lot of things involving murders and shit, right? Even when the perpetrator is male or female, when there's like a big group of supporters, it's usually big groups of women. But I'm more interested into the underlying why. I'm interested into the science of what causes that effect.
Do you think that they're members of the jury that voted to acquit OJ because of Rodney King?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
How many of you think felt that way?
Oh, probably 90% of them.
90%? Did you feel that way?
Yes.
That was payback.
Uh-huh.
You think that's right?
All right. Yeah. I mean, Chad, shouldn't that be jail time, low-key? I mean, Chad, I thought as a jury, you can't do all that.
Oh, bring him in, bring him in. Well,
That looks fun, huh?
I got stuck, I got stuck! Please, wait! Fuck! Drip shrimp!
I mean, it looks pretty good, yeah. Anyway.
Where?
Yep, right.
xQcL. Yo X, can I low-key get a welcome to the jungle?